Hello YouTube family, Merry Christmas and a huge Happy New Year to all of you. With the 2026 World Cup on the way, the energy in the football world is already building and we are thrilled to be sharing it with this amazing community. To celebrate, we have lined up some holiday surprises in the Goal 90 shop. A bunch of your favourite jerseys are already up to 50% off. Shipping is on us, and because you are part of our YouTube fam, you can grab an extra 10% off with the code YouTubeFam. Thanks for all the love and support. 2026 is going to be massive. Let's enjoy every moment together. The winter transfer window is almost here, and this is when smart clubs stop chasing hype and start hunting value. Yes, we've got creators on this list, but also ball winners, tempo setters, and guys scoring from deep. 8 under-the-radar names who can upgrade top squads in January, fast. Coming in at number 8, Souffian El Karouani, the 25-year-old left-back at FC Utrecht. If your club keeps talking about creating from wide areas, but your fullbacks never actually hurt teams, this is the exact profile you scout in January. El Karouani isn't just overlapping for cardio. He's producing, he's on 9 league assists this season for Utrecht, and he's even chipped in 2 league goals. That is elite output for a defender, especially in a league where most fullbacks finish the year on 2 or 3 assists. What makes it useful for top clubs is how transferable the skill is. High-level sides face packed boxes every week. You need a left-back who can deliver early, combine in tight spaces, and keep recycling attacks until the block cracks. El Karouani gives you that extra winger without sacrificing the defensive slot in your structure. He can also take corners and wide free kicks, which matters when games are decided by one dead ball delivery, and he's not a raw teenager you're gambling on. At 25, he's in that sweet spot where you're buying reliability, not a 3-year development plan. For a Champions League club, he's the kind of signing you can rotate in immediately to protect your starter or use in specific matchups when you want relentless service into the box. If January is about solving one problem fast, this is a clean solution. Better left side chance creation overnight, right away. Sliding in at number 7, Bashar Onal from NEC Nijmegen, a 21-year-old left winger. This is one of those names that looks Eredivisie random until you check the output and realize he's already producing like a top league wide creator. At the moment, Onal is on 13 league matches, 3 goals and 6 assists in the Eredivisie this season. What makes him a real January target for big clubs is the mix. He's not just racking up assists because he takes corners. He's contributing in open play while also scoring enough to keep fullbacks honest. That changes how teams defend you. If the defender sits off, he can pick a pass. If the defender jumps, he can slip inside and create chaos. And because he's 21, this is the window where smart clubs move early, before a summer bidding war turns a nice deal into an overpay. He's the type you can use immediately as a rotation winger. Cup starts, league cameos when you need a goal, and those specific matchups where you want a left-sided attacker who will actually try something risky instead of recycling possession forever. If your squad has wingers but lacks difference makers, this is a sneaky way to fix that without going full panic buy. Next up at number 6, Steyr Resink, 22, FC Groningen, defensive midfielder. A defensive midfielder with real end product is basically a cheat code, and Resink is putting up numbers that don't make sense for a 6. 16 Eredivisie matches with 5 goals and 5 assists plus 4 yellow cards, which for his position means he's actually doing the dirty work too. This isn't just DM who takes penalties either. Even if you strip away the highlights, the profile fits what top clubs need in January. Someone who can protect the back line, keep the ball moving, and still arrive late to hurt teams when the box gets crowded. That late arrival threat is exactly what breaks stubborn games open, especially when your forwards get doubled and everything gets pushed wide. For elite squads, he screams midfield depth that doesn't lower your level. When you rotate your starters, most teams lose control. A player like Resink helps you keep structure, keep intensity, and still adds goals or a final pass from deep. If you want a quiet signing that makes you harder to play against and adds points on the board, this is that guy. If you're enjoying these under-the-radar January targets, hit like and subscribe because the next names get even more "how did nobody spot this" than the first 3. Number 5 belongs to Kento Shiogai, 20 years old, NEC Nijmegen striker. If our previous pick on the list is about creating pretty chances, this one is here to end games. Shiogai is 20, and he's currently at 7 league goals in 11 Eredivisie matches, which works out to 1.83 goals per 90. That's not just good for his age, that's best in league pace territory on a per 90 basis. Even better, it's not padded by home comfort. 6 of his 7 league goals are away goals, meaning he's doing it in the harder setting, hostile stadiums, less control, more chaos. And if you're worried about streaky finishing, the underlying numbers back the volume too. His non-penalty expected goals per 90 is 1.34, which suggests he's consistently getting into real scoring zones, not just hitting wonder strikes once a month. For a top club, this is the January play. A young striker with elite efficiency right now who can start as a rotation finisher and still decide matches off the bench. Grab him early because the moment a bigger club officially links up, the fee and the competition both explode. At number 4, Wouter Berger, TSG Hoffenheim's 24-year-old defensive midfielder. This is the kind of midfielder top clubs quietly love in January because he fixes 2 problems at once: control and end product. From a deeper role, Berger is already on 5 league assists in 13 Bundesliga matches this season, and he's also scored 3 league goals, which is crazy output for a defensive mid-profile. What makes it feel real is how it shows up in the details. He's completing passes at around 75%, averaging roughly 48 passes a game, and still finding enough danger to post a strong expected assist rate. That's not just he got lucky with a few cutbacks, that's consistent involvement in the build-up. For big clubs, he's a plug-and-play squad upgrade. If your current midfield depth can recycle the ball but never threatens the box, Berger adds that missing layer, late arrivals, smart angles, and final balls from zones teams don't expect. And because he's 24, you're not buying a short-term patch. You're buying someone who can grow into a bigger role fast if the first 6 months go well. Here at number 3, Jari van der Putte from US Cremonese, central midfielder, 29. This one is for clubs who keep dominating possession and still struggle to turn it into clear chances. Van der Putte is a chance volume machine, and the cleanest proof is simple. He's already got 4 league assists in 15 Serie A matches this season. He's 29, so yes, this is a win-now move more than a resale play. But January is often about buying certainty, and this is certainty: chances, tempo, and control from midfield. But it's not just the assists. He's averaging about 2.59 key passes per game, with an expected assist rate around 0.36 per 90, which basically screams, I'm creating danger even when the final touch doesn't become a goal. For top clubs, he's that rotation midfielder who keeps the attack humming when your main creator needs rest, or when a match turns into a slow chess game and you need someone who can find the one pass through the crowd. Landing as our runner-up, Jan Virgili, RCD Mallorca's 19-year-old left winger. If you want a young winger who's already producing against grown-man defenders, Virgili is the kind of name smart clubs try to grab before the spotlight hits. He's currently Mallorca's leading assist provider with 4 league assists this season. That matters because Mallorca aren't exactly a team that floods opponents with chances every week. So if a 19-year-old is already leading the squad in assists, it usually means he's doing something special, carrying the ball, drawing attention, and then slipping the final pass at the right moment. And he's not hiding either. In La Liga, he's played 9 matches, logged 692 minutes and taken 9 shots, so he's getting into positions where goals can come next, not just standing wide and recycling the ball. For a top club, he's the classic January future starter buy. Bring him into your environment early, give him controlled minutes, and you might have a first-team winger by next season. And at number 1, Bilal Nadir, Olympique Marseille, central midfielder, 22. This is the January profile smart clubs love because it's production without the spotlight. Nadir is only 22, but he's already putting up numbers that scream ready for a bigger role. He's on 4 league assists in 12 League One matches this season, and he's done it in just 356 minutes. That's basically 1 assist every game's worth of minutes. And it's not fluff assist either. He's on 0.79 expected assists per 90 with 2.28 key passes per game, plus an 88.46% pass completion rate on around 52.73 passes per match. That's the mix top clubs pay serious money for, secure on the ball but still aggressive in the final pass. Also, he's not a lightweight luxury mid. He is committing 2.79 fouls per 90, which usually means he's involved, pressing, and willing to do the uncomfortable work in midfield. He hasn't scored yet in the league, but that's almost the point. Even with 0 goals, he's already impacting games through progression and chance creation. If he starts converting shots later, the value spikes fast. If you enjoyed this January scout list, like the video and subscribe to Goal 90 so you don't miss the next drops. Tell me your club in the comments and the one position they need most, so we can build a part 2 shortlist just for that. Now click the next video, keep the run going.